What's up, my lovely peoples? What's going on up in here? Thank you for coming tonight. I'm doing better with my time, y'all. I'm only 2 minutes behind. I'm getting there. So don't play me, y'all. Don't play me. But we
Hey
have got a lot
everybody.
going on tonight. Tonight I have with me Aunt Nisi, as you know her from Entertainment Uncut. Thank you for joining me, darling.
No problem, no problem. Hello.
Hey,
How
Jackie in
everybody
the
doing?
booth. And Maud will be here shortly. I'm sure she don't like to come on until she sees that we're on. She just refuses to be on time. So we're gonna let her be the undisputed African queen as she is, and when she gets here, she will get here. But until she gets here, let's roll right into it, shall we? Okay. A lot went on this episode, I got to say. And Martel
Girl,
did not disappoint. First and foremost, this mansion is bomb.
it
I will
is.
live here for 1,000 years if I could. It would take 1,000 years
Girl,
just to get through it, but that is a beautiful mansion.
it really is.
And it's
Really is.
beautiful inside and out. And especially when
Uh-huh.
he finally decided to decorate it with all of these ladies.
Oh my
Now,
God,
come on.
honey. And I
Now,
just thought it was a whole mix waiting to happen, but they were pretty good.
you knew what he was, you knew Martell is good for this. He knew what he was doing when he did this, first and foremost. Okay. Now, Martell
Mm-hmm.
is the only single one out of the whole entire bunch. And he's decided to
Mm-hmm.
bring all of these women in and didn't even tell none of the men that this was happening. And he did that on purpose, not telling them, because he knew that they would have had some reservations as well. They
Um,
should have, of course.
did you
Yes,
see
it is a
Marco's
beautiful
face
mansion.
whenever you saw all those women?
Child,
Woo!
it was too many fish in that sea, okay? It was too many.
Can
And
you
he
pop that
was
picture back
loving
up?
it. He was
Pop that,
absolutely loving
pop that picture back up of the ladies.
it.
Honey, what's up with Miss Green over there with those big baby hairs and stuff and that wig slid back on her head?
You know what's funny that you mentioned that? So earlier, I think it was earlier today, Mark had put up a picture of a women who do that, and he was making fun of it. And now I can't unsee it. It do look so bad. Like, why do women do that? I
I
do
don't
not understand
understand.
it.
Girl, I that's the first thing that caught my eye. A lot of times, sometimes I have to rewind it because I don't be listening to what they saying. I be looking at the background. And the first thing I saw was them big old baby hairs. I'm like, girl, you way too old for all that.
She trying. That's what's in, and I don't understand why that is a trend. Somebody help me. And if anybody is doing that, they need to stop it. Like, really, get it alone. That was too much. But
Honey,
not
just cut the
only
lace
her,
up to the wig. Just cut the
the
lace up to the wig and put you something there so it'll hold it down. You don't need no baby hairs, honey.
you don't. And I think she's the only one who had them. Well, the one on the end did a little bit, but it ain't as aggressive as the one in the green.
The word of the night is aggressive.
And homegirl in the pink dress, I like that dress though. And
Yes,
her, she
I
got the
like her
whitest teeth
look.
I've ever seen.
She remind me of that girl from that lady from Ready to Love. I can't think of her name right this minute.
Which season?
Um oh, was it Camille?
Camille?
Uh-huh. Was that the
Okay,
one that wore the
Camille.
short hair?
If anything, I see more Zadia than Camille. Happy birthday to Zadia. Today is Zadia's birthday, by the way, from Ready to Love DC. And Miss
I mean, I'm just
Undisputed Queen is in the building.
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, hey, my love. How you
oh,
doing?
okay.
I'm trying to fix myself a drink. Give me a second.
Get your drink, girl. I'm gonna give you a
Oh,
second. Go
okay.
ahead and make 2 or 3 of them because you know you're gonna go through all 3 by the time we get off tonight. Don't even play. We know how you get down, honey.
I
girl.
love you, Confessions. And I love you. Let me get a drink.
I love you too.
But I am in this motherfucking building. Okay, don't get it twisted.
Okay, don't get it
Right
twisted.
back.
Okay. I said okay, Aaron.
But the reason
So
why
why?
I said
Why you
Camille,
drinking your drink?
Yeah.
What did you think of all of the ladies?
Oh my
Did
gosh,
they,
gorgeous.
were they up to your par?
Yes, beautiful.
yeah,
Really?
they were very pretty ladies, but
I'll be feeling
some of them
threatened.
hairstyles, like
I will be
I'm
feeling
like, that takes away from your looks a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I would be feeling some type of way if my man was over there and
You know, Martell and Martell knew. Martell was starting some stuff. He started it then, and he probably getting some stuff started right now. Now that the ladies don't see what type of women were in their company.
he is so messy. I cannot.
He loves being messy. That is Martell's forte, is it not? But hey, he's a single man, so he can have him there for himself. Now, if the other men didn't know how to act, of course, that's on them. But hey, he's a single guy. He can do them things, okay?
Honey, I'm the one to be trying to drag my husband to the strip club.
You seem like the type, Alex. You sure do. But when the men seen them women, they all had like the what?
Like, look at that look on their face. Like, Lord, I want to look so bad.
I was like, they all look mad. Especially Marcel, like, you dirty Negro. You know what you doing. You know daggone well what you doing. And Marcel didn't care. He thought it was so hilarious. He really, really did. But the men did behave themselves, though. They introduced themselves to the girls. They were very nice. It was cordial. Nothing that we seen that got on the camera was shown that they was doing anything bad. So kudos to the married men because they did behave themselves, even though Martell threw them to the wolves. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ellen V girl, how you been? They want to look so bad. Like, yes, they did. They was looking when the camera wasn't on them. They was definitely looking. If anything, they was behind the cameraman, making sure they could get their look on from the side.
Probably slipped some numbers while, airdrop some numbers.
You think they slipped a little something?
Ain't no telling, girl. Ain't no telling what happened after the cameras left, okay?
You never know. But I will say they all did look good. All the men look very dapper, very dapper now.
Look at me. Now,
they look good. And you know what? I don't know if I've expressed this, but I do have a confession. I love when Maurice wears his sunglasses. I got a thing for Maurice when he wears his sunglasses. I don't know what it is. But him in sunglasses does something for me. Don't at me, Kimmy.
Just Martell put on a hat.
Okay.
Martell put a hat on, child. He is fine as I don't know what, but he got to put that hat on.
I mean, Martell is just fine regardless. See, I'm a sucker for a man in a suit. And Martell always seems wear suits. So anytime a man put on a suit, it's like, oh. And then Maurice want to put on a suit and glasses. So I'm like, oh. And Martell, he can do no wrong in a suit. Whether he wearing his granddaddy's, his little brothers, who's ever. I'm here for his suits.
Oh my God.
Yes, confession with the confessions. Yes.
I wonder how many kids he would have if he wore clothes the right size.
Look, he stay in the gym too much. He can't keep up with the size because he keep getting swole up more and more. Every time he go get some new clothes, he can't fit them because he go right to the gym and get more swole. That's why he can't keep up with his size. That's all that is. Ain't nothing that bad. But yeah, he could go up a size more. Come on. But he's trying to show all of that. That's his problem. He's trying to show it all off. That's his thing. I ain't mad at him though. Do your thing, Martell. Do your thing. I ain't gonna say nothing. But yes, it was very interesting at this little thing going on here. The ladies.
What about Marceau asking them ladies to fix his plate?
I don't see my thing, but I had a whole picture that said plate gate. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but if a broad is making my husband a plate, I got a problem with it, whether if I'm there or not. And I ain't even married.
Exactly. And he should never have said that. Like,
no.
Lord, you know, Tisha already dealing with enough with all these rumors and stuff like that, and you just gonna go in and do that mess.
Exactly. Child. That's what I'm saying. Martell walked in that room with legs like he owned matchmaking. He did though. He sure did. I'm like, what, really? Like, what show is we on right now? Hey, darling.
Who said what about Letitia? Who said what on this thing? Who said what?
My.
I'm just kidding.
Someone said nothing about your homegirl. All he said was Letitia ain't having it for Marceau having a girl fix his plate. Now
you like that.
You didn't like. I was just gonna ask how you feel about that.
I did not like that joke. Come on, he jokes too much, and sometimes I am now getting to a point where I'm feeling.
Is it me or do I have a little bit of static on?
It's a little bit of static. Mind you got a little bit of static going on, girl.
Let me leave and come back.
Okay, you do that. We'll be right here waiting for you. But yeah, but the point is, did she make the plate? We never got to see that. Did she make the plate is the question. Because they look like they were too busy making their own plates and getting their own eat on. Because, you know, they got to suck up that liquor, that wine. So I don't know if she made the plate or not. But I would love to know. But
I'll tell you what,
we'll never know.
Would have made my husband plate, I would have to see them. I would make a post. I would be like, whoever the hell for was made my husband the plate, stand up. Because we're going to have some words, okay? Don't make my husband plate.
You can't even make my husband a drink, okay? You can't even bring him the plate. He got to get up and get it himself. And he better not be making no other female no plate either. Like, that's even worse. Like, you ain't catering to nobody. Ain't nobody catering to nobody over here, okay? No, we don't do that around here. So, I just need to know, how did that go down? Did she, in fact, make the plate? I need to know. I got to know. So, another thing that was real fun, and I want everybody to weigh in the comments, I wonder whose pitch of the wine was best. Now, I liked Marceau when he said Wine Down Wednesday. That was cool. I didn't really care for what he said before that. Maurice, he made it a little sensual, talking about close your eyes and all of this stuff. And I'm like, okay, you trying to really sell it. And then Lewis, he just went all out the gate. I'm like, you know what, Lewis?
That's all Lewis thinking about, opening some legs.
That is all he about. I swear to goodness. And you would think, I mean, Tiffany said that she do give him a lot or enough, but it's just, he's just never satisfied.
He wanted every other day, seem like, honey.
Like, because the show can't be an everyday thing.
He loves sex too.
So, right. Like, so I know it ain't like she ain't giving him nothing. So I'm like, what are you going to do? Dina, a.k.a. Christina Moore, is in the building. Hey, girl, hey. Now, I did invite Dina to join us, but she is out having a grand old time with prior engagements. So we're going to let her have a good time, and hopefully she will be back with us next week, because I really enjoyed her last week. So, yes. So, yeah, tell me who y'all thought pitched it the best, because I don't know. I think they all did a good one, but I think I'm going to go with Maurice's. Who you got? Hey, Niecy.
I'm sorry, I got a text. What was the question?
Oh my goodness. Which pitch was the best for the wine? Who you think sold it the
um,
best?
I think Marceau's was okay. I didn't like none of them really.
No, I like Maurice. I would take Maurice's speech, but you got to add Wine Down Wednesday from Marceau. And I think it was pretty good, in my
Um,
opinion.
I thought the ladies was really overselling the wine. Somebody called it $1 billion bottle. I'm like, look, these ladies trying to get a piece of this little Maris Huntsville check
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah, yeah. They really, really is. I'm like, okay, you selling it. I understand it all, but $1 billion, I'm not sure about that. Let us taste it and find out first. But it was
I need a
funny.
bottle of insect. I mean, anise.
You did.
I do. I want to taste
You know what? I can't with you already.
it.
What the hell? I think Martin was joking about somebody fixing his plate. He loves to joke. Yeah, he loves to joke, but that's the thing. You see, but that's the thing. When you joking on camera, you never know how editing gonna go for how it's going to be perceived. And that could have opened up a whole nother can of worms when Tisha saw that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. He got to be careful when he joking on camera
I mean,
because
he do stuff that makes her feel insecure. You can see it and you can hear it in her voice. You can see it all over her. And I really don't like that about him at all. Like,
no.
make your wife feel beautiful, make her feel secure. So she won't
But
be worried
that's
every
getting
time you
rolling
walk
to
out the door.
so that goes rolling right into this. So
Look at
when
her face at the bottom picture when she
yes,
was talking about the whole situation.
yes, and that's the whole thing. She met up with Kimmy, started off talking about how the boys are going on this trip, and it was all kiki and ha ha at the top. And then when it got into talking about her dealing with social media and how she, handles everything, that face looked like a woman who is really hurting and frustrated with this thing and who is tired. She looked real tired.
Yeah.
And if I was her, I'd be tired of it all too because dealing with this for 4 seasons and having to deal with all of these people, the whole entire, country talking about your marriage and your husband and you and perceiving
Trying to
how you
dig
are
up
and you don't even know me. Like
trying to
that's
dig
what I
up
deal with.
charges. Like I'm glad I'm not one of those bloggers that like to dish dirt because I just don't see the need of all that. Talk about what's
No,
on the show.
yeah, that's all you got to do. It's not that hard. Just give it what you got to give. But it's really sad that people go there because you don't know these people's, life and what it is inside their house, and you don't know what they went
Mhm,
through or how they dealt with things before the show even started. So,
mhm,
and it still might be new to them. They ain't used to that. And it takes a long time to probably get used to something like that. You probably never get used to that. So it's like, come on, you just deal with what's on the show. But that's the thing with social media. When people, go into your marriage and find out all types of things, you got to deal with things that ain't even on the show. And that's a whole nother thing because that's something you're not ready to do. First of all, when you're on the show, you see what's going to be aired, and so you know how to handle it when it's time for it to be aired, and you have time to figure out how you're going to handle it and what you're going to say and what you're not going to say.
mhm.
But when things just come out the woodwork, like you just put on the spotlight, you just don't know what to do, so you just gotta navigate it the best that you can. And I don't think
And
that's it.
and I think that a lot of people ran with that story and didn't even check it for themselves to make sure it was the right people, right charges, and everything. It just left a bad taste in my mouth.
It did, but But yeah, like, so we had that whole thing going on, and at the end of it all, it was proven that everything was false about Tisha. So they'll have that. A lot of people thought that she was more interesting when they found out that this stuff was going on, and they thought for it to be true. But sorry to disappoint anyone, but no, it is not true.
I
Marceau
love
did
the
in
fact
fact
that her
have
name is Denise.
Marceau did in fact have a little DM with Original Straight No Chaser, and he cleared up a lot of the things about the whole situation, and how the whole it was a lipstick situation. The child had a lipstick playing with it. She thought it was hers, so she just like basically snatched it up and put it in her bag or whatnot, not thinking or whatever. So it was just a little lipstick. So if anyone thinks she's thieving big things and diamonds and pearls and all this stuff, it was just a lipstick, and that was it. And as far as Marceau's charges go, that was also, nothing, it seemed to be. It just came out that, cops were in front of his brother's building. He told them to move or something. Cops got upset and they arrested him just for that. And he even offered, said he had another charge if she wanted to see that. So Marceau is not hiding anything. Tisha's not hiding anything. And that is why she went and said what she said to the girl who DM'd her, and basically trying to, I don't know, blackmail her, but just threaten her like, you want to talk about? So she was like, look, it ain't what it is. Get off, or I'm going to come for you. So
Whenever I first heard it, first thing I did was, because I got a background check type of assets, just because I used to hire people prior to the pandemic, and I forgot that I was paying their subscription every year. I was like, wait a minute, I'm still paying them and I ain't using it. But I went in, I couldn't find none of that. I'm like, no, they got the wrong people.
I agree. When you start doing these things and digging about people, I mean, when are you gonna stop? At what point are we just gonna be enjoying the show and just reviewing the show? Period.
Right.
It's becoming too much and crazy. Like, my goodness, I feel for them.
Like, and then Tisha got a job where her reputation means something, and then y'all gonna just throw these charges out. It could got her fired.
Yeah, you are messing with people's lives, livelihood, their reputation. Like, people don't take this into accountability before they go trying to dig up things just for some clicks and views. And it's sad.
Well, Wanda, she came on with Marcella, and she explained a lot of what went on. And Wanda wasn't shy about saying she went to jail for some dumb stuff back in the day.
Wanda is a thug.
Everybody got a pass. You ain't waking up every day like, ooh, I'm not gonna do this because I may be on TV one day.
Especially, it's like Miss Wanda didn't even know that this was circulating. I asked Marcella, like, cause they talk all the time. I said, Miss Wanda know all this stuff out there, and she called her. She was like, I didn't know. I need to go live right now. Let's go live. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's like you wake up every day and just got to go search and see who's talking about me today. Like, you can't even enjoy yourself.
Right.
But, I mean, it's sad, but, in this day and age, when you on TV, that's what happens.
Yeah. You expose yourself. That's true. Yeah. But I feel like, Confessions, I feel like all this is coming from, the argument that you've seen between Kiki and Latisha and everybody. People who feel that Latisha or the Scots wronged Kiki by denying her a chance. If this is true, denying her a chance of not coming to the show, then I feel like they're doing everything they can to, like, attack these people, even if out of no, it's just because you're feeling some type of way because of how Kiki was treated, or
People take it too personally.
yes,
They
yes.
do.
They don't even know
Mhm.
whether or not some of this stuff is
You don't know
drummed
these
up to make
people.
drama on the show.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of, of Kiki, she also had her charge. I was brought up, and she cleared that up for her response well. And she says, I was actually sick with COVID and had just left the emergency room. They gave me something for anxiety because I kept having panic attacks. I went to the pharmacy, and while waiting on my prescription, I fell asleep behind the wheel, parked, but my car was still on. Someone called the police after they saw me asleep, and they took me straight to jail with my hospital wristbands on.
Oh my
And with
gosh.
paperwork showing that I had been diagnosed with COVID. Fought it in court though, so I'm not I'm most definitely not worried about it.
Wow.
It is so sad.
The system is just broken, really.
Oh, it's not broken. It's designed to do exactly what it's supposed
What
to
is
do.
supposed to,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, the police officer could have said, "Ma'am, are you okay?
Yeah,
You
if there
fell
was
asleep
white,
behind the wheel."
okay,
She
if she was
won't
white,
driving.
if she was white,
Like, ask her, "Do you want me to take you home because
I
you
have,
see?"
yeah, go
You
ahead.
know,
Mhm.
instead of arresting somebody.
Yeah, it's
She was
just sad.
sleeping. The car was packed. She was sleeping. She was not driving.
Exactly.
But see that
I know.
loophole with as long as the car is on is considered driving under the influence just because it's on.
Not
Period.
for everybody.
And
Not for
that's not
everybody.
fair.
I have a white friend of mine. She parked. She was waiting for her child, to come from the school, and she had parked like outside someone's home. And I don't know what. It took so long. She slept. The car was still on. She was sleeping in that car for so long. The neighbor, or the whatever she had parked the car, called the police. When the police came, they were like, "Mom, are you okay? You know you were sleeping here for so long. In fact, we were okay. Go home."
Well, when you got the, complexion for the protection.
That's what I mean. So it's not yeah.
That's how it goes. And it's really sad. But let's get back to the show.
Mm-hmm.
We still ain't even got to the strip club yet.
They went to the strip
Yeah.
club.
The Atlanta Boys Trip Part 2 got into effect when they got to the strip club. And they seemed to be enjoying themselves. They had a good old time.
Why?
Why what? Why
put yourself in this situation again? Especially for the ones who are married.
Because it was Marcel's trip. It was his day. It was his time. He's the single one. So basically, it's his party, and they gonna do what he wants to.
And then with his funny shaped head, gonna whisper talking about she may get baby mama sick.
Yes.
Oh, I felt like slapping him.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Am I gonna have that tonight?
Can you imagine?
And she played right back with him. I don't think you can handle it.
Exactly, and that's what you do.
Oh, we know for sure something happened. See now, you guys. This is a problem I have. Okay, so
I gotta go grab my drink.
Okay, go ahead. So this is a big mansion. Lissy, this is a big mansion that 4 guys have rented. Prior to this, you have invited so many beautiful women. You've been drinking the wine and all that and all that. We do not know if there was some contacts that were exchanged. Okay. Then you go to a strip club. You're going to get drunk over there. Are you going to tell me you're going to come back to that mansion just by yourself?
Alone?
Hello?
Honey, no. They were airdropping numbers, I guarantee you.
Over here, I'm not defending anybody. Over here, I'm not defending anybody. All these men.
Now, I wouldn't mind if my husband went to the strip club on a boys' trip. But what I would mind, all them ladies being in the house you gonna stay in. That would have bothered me.
Oh, no. He's not going to any strip club. No. over here. No.
You don't want your husband to go to the strip club?
Absolutely not.
Girl, why not?
I've never been to it. I just watched them on TV. I'm like, this is true. This one, I do not want my ancestors to be turning in the grave. Like, this one I can't. I cannot do this. So he's not allowed to.
I really don't mind, if my husband would do something like that.
Nancy, you're so nice.
It be me, like, let's go to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? And he'd be looking at me like, girl.
The beauty of being different, because what's the enjoyment? What is it that people
Girls, some of them strip clubs had the best drinks and wings on earth, okay?
I can get this one somewhere else. No.
What is that talking about?
Missy was on a confession.
Ain't going to the strip club. I say I would let mine.
Your husband can't go to the strip club, Mom?
Nope. No.
You ain't gonna go with him?
No. Ew. No.
I said that's a hell no.
But I was telling Nisi that, how are these men who are very good looking, because trust, I don't know about Whitlow, but the three guys are very good looking. But Whitlow is also good looking. Let me not just shade him. And he's a good man, right?
Who?
Whitlow. Or is that his name, Whitlow?
Oh, yeah, Louis.
Mm-hmm. I think the married men behave respectively. We don't know about that. At night, I was telling Nisi, these people,
the cameras did not show when they left that mug. That's all I got to say. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I was
who's saying that they ain't switched numbers and, came back to the house after the cameras.
Who knows they ain't bring somebody back with them to the house.
Exactly.
We don't know none of that.
These men, they keep each other's secrets. And I think that's why Martel and Marcel was, got into it so much, because we were doing this together. Okay, we've been having fun together, and now you're gonna expose me just because you are caught. We had a deal. It doesn't matter. I am not the one who exposed you. You decided to be messy over here on these streets. Okay, for me, I play good.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. At this point, it's like, can they even trust each other? Because not even Maurice can trust his own brother. Not to throw him under the bus. So it's like, are they just being good because they don't want to be told on, or what? But all I know is Martel lived his best life, because y'all can tell on him all he want. Y'all can't tell on him to nobody.
I love the way
acting like panting dog, honey, in that strip club. Like he wanted some new coochie that night, I guess. Like,
ciao. I mean,
well, I love the way they were calling their wives. We just got here, and everybody.
Yeah, they had to check in. They knew better. They couldn't not check in. It would have been a problem. Had they not checked in.
Did they check in after the strip club? Is what I want to know. Don't check.
And then Kimmy said that she ain't think that they were gonna go to the strip club.
Yeah, Letitia is the one who said they're gonna go, and Kimmy said,
you know. I mean, you can't stop them. You might as well accept it, because they are all the way in hot Atlanta. You think they ain't about to go to the strip club in hot Atlanta?
Oh my goodness!
Come on, that is their favorite place to go. I mean, do we have to be remembered here?
Look, my sitting there drinking that Inez wine.
Research the picture and said it's in his fault.
Just messy.
He was having
I'm sure he's having fun. Listen,
he had the time of his life. They all did. I'm sure. one way
Yes,
or
honey,
another.
that's what they call Atlanta because it's very famous for its strip clubs, and it used to be famous for something called Freaknik.
Yep.
That's where the term
The
Hot Atlanta
Freaknik.
came from. Whenever they used to do Freaknik,
What is
and
that?
if you never had an opportunity to go to a Freaknik, it was crazy. It was like nonstop parties. You bar
Um,
hop. They cruised on the road, people showing
mhm.
off their cars and motorcycles and stuff
Mm.
like that. And
Ladies showing off
had
their
them mansion
hairs and their
parties.
outfits and just,
Yeah.
Honey,
letting go of all your inhibitions. Okay.
I went to a mansion party and child, I felt like I needed to wash my eyes with some holy water when I left up in there, honey. Because it was some stuff I ain't never seen before in my life.
I have heard the stories like, oh my God, the debauchery.
Mm-hmm.
The I can't. Like, that's
The
too
insolence,
salacious for me.
the insolence was deplorable. Okay.
You know, I could do it. But hey, imagine if the men went to imagine back then all the men going to the freak meet. Like, do you know?
Honey, ain't no way that they would have left Atlanta without getting somebody.
No way. No freaking way. Would
Mm-mm.
no work had got done. Well, some other type of work. It would have been no work, all play.
And that's a thing though. Once you open that floodgates, once you just deal with one person, it doesn't stop there. You want to try another time. You want to try something different. It doesn't stop. It's like you start.
I mean, you got all these goodies on display,
Yeah.
and it's like
Mhm.
it's in a candy store.
Yeah.
You try to taste everything and every flavor.
And those ladies was pretty. They just had questionable taste and hair and some with the
Oh, the
clothes.
hair.
Okay?
You did not like their hair?
Honey,
Wait.
do you see Miss Green right there? Now let me tell you something.
Yeah,
Them
tell me about that.
legs,
I
her
like the pink.
legs is toned.
I like the pink though.
Yeah, she's
The girl in
beautiful.
pink. Yes.
Yeah, she popped like I told her, like she popped whenever with all the ladies, like Camille did to me when she walked in. So that's why I kind of put them together. Like she was beautiful, perfect, but some of them other ladies,
Well, there's one that Martha was very glued to, talking to, telling them, which one was Confession? Can you bring that picture back? I want to see if we can find the girl who was, Martha was talking to all the time.
Oh, at the club?
No, at
the house.
Yeah, in the house. There's a girl there that he was talking to all the time. Did
you
guys see?
At the end.
Oh.
Okay. In the black dress, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the camera kept going on her. She kept getting a little bit of camera time. I'm like, okay.
I know.
Why is they showing this? It must be a reason.
Please.
Why they showed her like that. So, we also didn't see what the cameras went there when them women left either. I'm just saying.
I would have loved for them to mount the camera and let it be in, like, you remember Real Housewives of Atlanta when they had
the ball, yes.
No, they weren't gonna let that go down.
Why?
Hide a few microphones.
You really just have to audio.
I would have planted some microphones in there.
Yeah.
Too bad, and some marriages might be in question right now.
All marriages, maybe.
I mean, I like seeing the guys together, yes, but I don't know if the guys would enjoy that because I mean, you get a lot of information from the guys when they're together.
Yes, I love them. I love when they're together. I don't want necessarily to see them in a strip club. I don't want that. I want them to go hiking. I want them to go to like.
You wanted them to go to the Martin Luther King like
So
play.
why would he, if you're innocent, why would you make such a statement?
Because it did. It's true.
That's what I'm saying.
That's that's them Scott me and dark humor.
Like, why y'all couldn't go to the African American museum?
Museum.
And what our people were going through. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Rosa Parks, the bus she was on.
Something.
That ain't what you go to Atlanta for. No, you do not.
Gone to Ebenezer Baptist Church where Martin Luther King.
Something like yes. Or go visit the mayor who is a black mayor. Talk about all the injustices that are.
That ain't nothing they trying to do. That's what you go to Washington for or something else. You don't go to Atlanta to go see the mayor.
Exactly.
That is not what they're known for. Come on, God. You know what it is. Let's not do it.
Look at Maurice. Look at Maurice there.
Okay, who was that man right there beside me?
I don't know. We never found out, but we need to dig him up so we can find out the truth about that.
His ass was black little self. I know he was cheating.
Well, go back, and this time I want you to focus on Marcel's eyes. Like, okay.
He looks like he was.
He is so cute in that picture.
I know. Look at Martel.
And like I said, Martel, when he got a hat on, he's sexy. But he take that hat off.
No, he is. He is with or without it. No, these are beautiful. These are handsome black men. Trust. Oh,
he is.
All of them are.
Can't take that away from him. He is.
I think Marceau is my cup of tea.
Me too.
But all the other guys I do think are very attractive. But it's just Marceau. I wouldn't say he's attractive to me.
No. Yeah. And especially when they wear their suits. Oh, jeez.
Like I said, Maurice with some sunglasses.
And Maurice with sunglasses. Oh my gosh.
Maurice with sunglasses.
And look
that's all I got to say.
Yeah. And I said Lou don't look bad right there.
Lou looks good.
He showed out. They all good looking.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give it to them. They are a handsome bunch. So I'm sure when they are out together, the ladies swap. Because now one of them is a take one for the team. Now none of them are.
Yes.
They all can get it. I'm sure all the women up in there will let them get it. So they do.
That should have been the theme song tonight. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do when a coochie come to you?
It could have been. Another thing that was really crazy to me that night was when the men were talking about Lewis and
being open to.
And how they have their openness is and whatnot. And we all know, we know what Marceau was thinking about that. And his whole thing with, maybe he might take some advice from Lewis after all. He said, I need to know what exactly did you say to get that? Like, he wants some tips. He
want advice, honey.
Listen, he's being honest, all right? He's being honest, but he's also being very funny because Letitia.
I will say that about him. He is funny.
He is, yeah.
And like they say, it's funny because it's true. He's very honest with it, and that's what makes it funny because he's being serious. He's real serious about it.
Why is Letitia?
But Tiffany is a little freak, y'all. So Tiffany probably is the one that, like they said, introduced that.
Why is Letitia like
more open than he is? So
why is Letitia like me?
What you mean?
We are not introducing nothing. Zero.
Because a lot of women ain't for that, but there's a lot of women that are. And sometimes you want to spice
You
it
would
up a
never
go
bring
little.
another
there.
woman. You would
You
never
can
bring
go
another
ask.
woman in your bed.
I wouldn't.
Oh my gosh, never.
Have you ever read the book Extramarital Affairs? Crazy things can happen. No.
Absolutely not.
Wonder if it was your boyfriend, not your husband.
Now it's confessions. When confessions, you introduce me to Nancy. Now I am getting concerned at this.
Why are you concerned, Mike?
Yeah, I am not
What
trying to
you
question.
concerned about?
I am trying to question confessions line of thinking. If he has friends who are Nancy is a trip.
Oh my God.
Nancy.
Oh my Lord. Help me,
I
Jesus.
think if both parties are mature enough to handle it, but I don't think it's a good idea whenever you already going through problems
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
to
definitely
bring
won't
somebody
fix
else
it.
in the
Just like a baby won't
situation.
fix it.
Now listen, I don't care whether we are going through problems or not. It's not happening.
Shaky,
Like,
you boo said Tiff wants some pussycat dolls.
Listen, Tiff wants children. Tiff wants a baby. So whatever she can do to get that baby, she's gonna do everything she can. I think
I really think she doesn't have time though, y'all.
she
because
doesn't.
She's scaling that company, trying to build it, get investors, and she's flying a lot. Like, how you gonna do that? And
Mhm.
if you're pregnant, you and your
She's
third
looking for her.
trimester.
She's looking
I,
for her dad. I mean, come on.
it's like I just don't think she has time to have a
Perhaps
baby.
she's more in love with the idea of it than anything.
I think she wants a baby with Lou because she's like in love and she wants to have, a baby with him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Um,
the idea of it all, but to actually do that and all that she is trying to do,
mhm.
it's a lot.
It's
It's
a
a whole lot.
lot.
I mean, there's a lot of things you forget that you even had to go through back then. And it's not the same now, especially since you've got your business going and trying to make this company blow all the way up, and like you said, get investors and doing all of this, and it's just a lot. And if she doesn't, and then I think for him, it's like she doesn't even have a lot of time for just him. So how are you gonna
Mhm.
have time for a baby? And if you do make time for the baby, then you really ain't gonna have time for just
Right. With a child, she would have no time for him, and I think it would be detrimental for their marriage. So it's like I want her to have a child, but she still got 6 or 7 years to get pregnant because she's only
yeah,
34.
yeah,
So I would say not right now, maybe in the future.
Well,
yeah.
she's
Like
still young.
3 years,
She's
but
young.
it's not
She's
off
very,
the table.
yeah, and she's young. How old is she?
34.
She's young.
Exactly. So she's got time to do
My
it.
mom gave birth to me, and we are talking about natural. We are not talking about you freezing your eggs and doing all this bullshit that everybody is doing now. Not bullshit, but technology that everybody has right now. My
Mhm.
mom at 40, 45, she was still pushing naturally. So I'm saying, listen, she's young.
Mhm.
30, what 30? No, she's young. She's still, let her organize herself. Let her set up her business, because when a child comes, when the baby comes, it changes everything.
My
Everything.
mama had me at 36. So
That's young. Yeah, yeah.
mhm.
So yeah, she still got time. She's still in the
Yeah,
game.
and she's a good girl. I am trying. She's boring. Okay, she's boring. Um, but she has good intentions.
Mhm.
I feel like.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
she
Yeah,
does. She
yeah.
definitely does. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing. So I'm hoping that she'll figure that out. I mean, she gonna have to, because, and even if another thing, if she do have a baby, that's gonna take away boom boom time. She ain't gonna be wanting to do the boom boom the whole entire time
Mhm.
she's pregnant, and then after
And
you do have the baby. You can't do nothing for 6
When
weeks.
It
And that's
depends.
the takeaway time.
Depends.
Lewis ain't trying to have that.
It
He's trying to get
depends.
more, not less.
It depends. Depends on. So my first child was a girl, and my second child was a son. In those two pregnancies, with my son, boom boom was boom 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 all the time. But with
yes,
my daughter, I couldn't even stand it.
right.
Really?
I was
Yeah.
the same way
Mm-hmm.
with my son. I swear to
Mm-hmm.
God, like
Oh
every
my
day
gosh.
I could have.
Yes. And
But
with my
with
daughter,
my
I'm like,
daughter, I didn't
sleep
even want
over
to look
there.
at him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
Yes. So it depends. So yeah. And I would love for them to have a baby girl because they have the boys already. So, but anyway, at this point, it's just a healthy baby. At this point, I tell everybody when anyone tells me they're pregnant, I'm like, you know what? As long as it's a healthy baby, that's all that
That's all
matters.
that matters.
Wait a minute, put that picture back up.
Tiffany and Mel had a little
Um,
conversation when they went shopping or whatnot, and she was saying that she feels, that Lewis may be intimidated by her and
Ah,
all of this stuff. And
I
so
missed that conversation. What happened?
yeah, they met up at a shop or whatever, and they were talking, about her and Lewis's relationship and how she how he's not, sexually satisfied enough, and she feels that she gives it to him plenty much of a lot. And so she's just wondering, like, could he possibly be intimidated by her, being a powerful woman working and doing her thing and things of that nature. But like he had expressed though, on the bus with the men,
Mm-hmm.
it could become a thing. And Marceau was telling them, if
it's
this
already a
frustration
thing.
now is going to be an issue by the third year, and by the fifth year, it's going to be a problem.
And
Mm,
that's what I'm saying because even when they're going to that thing that they're beating, he's talking about it's sexual,
Yes,
stress,
they
this
got
one.
all the
Okay,
rage.
okay.
That was he was raging
And
over. Yes.
please remind me how long have they been married? Excuse me, remind me one
about
more
three
time.
You're
years.
going on 2-3 years.
Excuse me. When I was in my first year married, I couldn't even go anywhere without my husband. Like me and him everywhere. Now they're acting like they are.
Everywhere.
But if you follow Tiff's Instagram, it seems like every week she's having to fly somewhere. So, it
What does
it's
she
one.
do?
She is the co-founder of a company called Acclinate. And what they do is the purpose behind her company and now included is to end the disparities in healthcare in the Black community.
Mm,
And
that's good.
making
That's good.
sure that we are represented in clinical trials because a lot of
Yes,
medications aren't
yes,
for Black people.
yes, yes, yes.
So she's doing some important work for the Black
Mm.
community, but I
Which is
just
gonna take time and a lot of
right,
yes.
right. So a baby right now, nah.
Mm.
Just,
Uh-uh.
I mean, of course, continue to keep that hope alive. Of course, if that's what you want, of course. But just one thing at a time, Tiffany. Just one thing
If
at a
your
time.
man telling you he ain't getting
You
enough
cannot have it
coochie,
all.
if he telling you ain't getting enough coochie, you need to pay attention to that. You know.
Yes, that's exactly.
Mhm.
Hey, kiss my
Hey,
cheek.
girl.
Hey, girl. Hey. Yes, and that is true. But like I said, hopefully soon she gonna get that baby. Eventually, she keep giving it to him like that. It's eventually gonna happen, whether she ready to or not. And that's the thing. You don't want your business to start jumping off, and then the baby comes, and then you might regret that
Mhm.
you got the baby right then and there.
Mhm.
So I think she needs to, try
Especially
to weigh what she really wants to do first. What prioritize what she wants and how she wants it, because it could
Mhm.
backfire on her. She don't even realize.
Mhm. So I
Especially
have.
if the baby was like my daughter that had me looking like I was on The Walking Dead because she never slept more than 2 hours. Like you'll never know what kind of baby you're gonna get.
Mhm.
You just don't know. You may
And guess
not be
what?
as lucky the first time around, the second time around.
Yeah, but to that I say at least she has family around. When all my three children, it has been me and my husband because we've been here and everybody else is in Kenya. So we don't have grandma, grandpa around over here. You wanna go out? You pay somebody to come take care of your kids just so you can go over there and do whatever you're doing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
for her, if she, her the adopted parents seem like they're very involved, and so she has that kind of a support. So Nisi, when you say if the baby is not sleeping, maybe she has that support. The baby is not sleeping. I have already pumped my milk. Please let me have my 3 hours sleep, which I did not have. When you see me
That's
over here
important.
enjoying my drink right now, listen, don't judge your sister.
And not to mention the postpartum depression I had after my daughter.
And that is
Woo!
real. That is real.
So you
Mm.
gotta think about all that before getting pregnant.
Exactly.
And I was pregnant in my 20s. I had the energy. I had right now.
I
I'll be
couldn't
hospitalized.
imagine, honey.
I'll be in the hospital for like forever. Like, please take me back to
Postpartum
Kenya.
depression.
I
And
don't have the energy.
you know what was funny though? I realized one of the scenes after they had got back from the strip club, this scene right here,
Mm-hmm.
this is when Martell went live for the first time this year after he took his little hiatus. So after they went and had all that fun at the strip club and whatnot, this is when he decided to go live for the first time. And
Dog,
that's when
you
we
look
see
good in
him
that
after
picture.
he had went into hiding.
What did he say in his first live? I don't remember.
No, he was just showing them together and they
Oh.
were out doing their thing, and that's when he made fun of the fact that the whole picture thing and how Marceau had threw Maurice under the bus and all of that, because that was back when that episode had aired.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So I think
Mhm.
he probably took that break because he was, getting his shit together and took time off to isolate himself and work on the INS wine and everything. And now that it's out, he about to launch it and everything. And I think he was feeling like, okay, I'm back to me. I can do this. I can present myself to the world like a new me. And
Mhm.
that's when the men were talking about that they were really proud of him and how he's becoming not like back to the old Martell, but becoming a new Martell. And and even Maurice had asked him, with everything going on and everything, and you're doing good, how is he still handling, the divorce from Mel and all of that? And he made the point and said, she still has a cold heart, and that it is what it is. So that said a lot.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
mean, saying she got a cold heart, but you got to think about what you put her through
I understand. Yeah. Mm.
And
Mm.
he
on
did
a
put her through some
national
things.
scale.
And I see.
Imagine just your family and friends knowing what's going on, but the whole world knows that you done went out there and made a baby.
Woo,
Yeah.
woo.
And that's
Mm.
a whole other thing. And and then, Marceau went on to speak in his confessional that he's not able to take responsibility because he hasn't been vindicated or whatever, or Melody hasn't told her part of what she has done wrong. So I guess my question is, how do y'all feel about that? Like, is he wrong for feeling the way that he feels? Is he justified, or do y'all think he's not?
I don't think he's justified because I don't think she would have stepped out and did anything had he would have kept his penis in the household. So that's how I feel about it.
Okay, so for you, it's because he did it first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, he, like they say, she started it.
If
Started it.
my husband stepped out of my marriage, I will not do that.
I wouldn't either.
I'm not gonna sleep with anybody else just because you're doing that. Okay, because then it speaks to who you are as a person, speaks to you who you are as a mother. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna do do this back and forth with you. Tit for tat.
Mhm.
Thank you, confessions.
Women
Not gonna
can't
do
do
that.
tit for tat.
I will not do that. And we are talking about sleeping with somebody. You're exchanging. ah, it's too intimate. It's too personal
Spiritual.
for me that I would rather hit you in another way than saying, you know what, you did that to me and you did it the first time, and then I'm gonna do it just because you did it. We are not doing that. I'll be divorcing your ass before even I think about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll give you the fun,
But I'm sure that's male
and you know,
abuse.
people say fight for your marriage, fight for your marriage. Go ahead, do that. But I'm not gonna be stepping out. No, no, no. I'm
Mm-mm.
not doing it. Mm-mm.
You know,
So
and we
so when you say, you know, I understand where he's coming from, and you have to remember also he's a man. He has, listen, even before all this happened and the cheating happened, I did not like the way she was talking to him. I did
Oh,
not
Miss
like.
Martise wants to give the middle finger to Martell. Give it to him,
We are not
girl. Give it to him.
excusing
I'll
what
be
he
right back.
did.
I got to get my charger.
Okay. Why does he need Mel to admit she did something? They are divorced now. Why can't they move that storyline along? That is true. And I thought that storyline was over because this is like the first night or the first episode since you know, like maybe the first 3 episodes he brought
I
it up
think,
talking
yeah,
to
but I don't
about
think
it.
I don't. But this is Marcel's confession. He's the one who's saying maybe he's not able to move to acknowledge or see what he did wrong just because Melody has not done this. It isn't Martel who is saying this. It's Marcel who is giving these suggestions.
Yeah, but Maurice brung it up at the point for the point anyway when they were sitting at the table.
What
And
did he say?
asked him.
Mhm.
That's how it all came about. But you know, I mean, everyone's entitled to feel the way that they want to feel. They most see the situation the way that it was in from their own perspective, and they both perceived it differently. Obviously, that's why they're not together anymore. And so I don't know. It's just really unfortunate. He sees that she has a cold heart. Yes, she do, but you know,
Because
she's
of what you have put her
entitled
through,
to that because she was hurt.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? And you can't tell someone how to react to what you do to them.
Right. And then at least she waited until she had moved out and had her own apartment before she slept with somebody. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? She probably thought she wasn't gonna go back to him, but then the
You know,
opportunity for the show
yeah,
came up.
you know, the whole thing is so sad and painful because I can only imagine going to knock at my husband's mistress house at 2 in the morning. You know, Melody went to this to that girl. What's her name again?
Ariane.
Mm-hmm. Go to her house to talk about your husband. I mean,
That's one
too
thing
much.
that I don't like
Yeah, it's
because he should have put her in check. And I think Melanie would have respected the fact that at least he didn't let her go on live and talk all this trash about her. You know
And I
what I'm
think that's
saying?
another thing that really hurt her. Like she had to deal with what he did as enough, but now she's got to deal with the aftermath, and it's coming from her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
And that little girl ain't got no sense.
because she has, the reason why she's doing this is because Motel has made her comfortable enough to feel that she can say those things about Melody. Because if Motel checked her, she would not have done that interview. She would not have been saying these things about her. So
I guarantee you, if Marcel got a side chick, I guarantee you he be checking her like, don't call my wife.
Oh yeah, yes.
True.
Like stay in your place. You ain't gonna disrespect her. Now, this one thing I can see from Marcel that Marcel can do.
I agree.
But at this point, Ariane looks like the messed up one in this, because she did what she did, said what she said, and even after she said she wasn't with him no more, she ended up going back to him. And then when she did, he totally disrespected her on live. And so now, she basically got to feel from him what she was doing to Mel.
She actually thought,
and because of that, now she's upset and don't want to be with him no more, and now they're not together no more.
Like that, she thought that man was gonna marry her. She thought that thing was so good that he was getting ready to propose, and they were gonna be together.
But isn't that,
girl? One thing that you gonna need to understand:
all these people,
there's more than one softest place on earth. Again, okay.
See?
Exactly. Kamisha Reviews is in the building. Happy day.
Hey, Kamisha.
Yes. So it's just at this point, first of all, do y'all think after everything, I mean, she cannot possibly, I'm talking about Ariane, she cannot possibly take Martell back again. Like, that would just be the foolery of it all.
She would.
And that's sad. That's the whole thing. It would be the buffoonery of it all. Because she would look really, really dumb. I mean, she's already basically sort of kind of in a way gave, an apology to Mel, which she didn't really apologize, but she admitted that she was wrong in so many ways, but she didn't just come out and say, I'm sorry to Mel. And I respect her that she did say what she said after she went on the way that she did, because she was just really acting out of pocket and reckless. And for her to at least have to come to that realization and say that, I give her that for the person that she is and how she is.
I don't give her anything.
I would still need a real.
Where is her mama at? Is her mama leaving?
I don't know. We don't hear about the mama or the daddy or any siblings. Like, is she the only child too? Like, I don't know.
I want to know why she never gave this apology while things were still going good between her.
Why she didn't give the apology on the platform she had on the Tasha K interview?
Okay, because she knew.
I would have felt differently
some
about
type of
her,
way, right?
I would have been like,
knew, in her mind, she was thinking it's gonna be working out between her and Mattel. And now you're realizing, oh my gosh, no, he's not gonna take you. Oh, now I'm gonna be apologizing. I'm apologizing to you, Melody, because he's treating me just like the way he treated you. So now I'm gonna apologize to you. Bullshit.
You ain't feeling it, Mod. Mod is not feeling it.
I'm not either, honey.
I don't think. I mean, I was surprised. I actually gave her a kudo, not a kudo, but maybe a cood, a half of a kudo. But she got a cood, but it wasn't a straight up, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Like, I'm gonna need her to go on live and say, this live is strictly to say I'm this, I'm that, I was wrong, and I shouldn't have did that, but we're never gonna get that from her. Never. So let's not, none of us hold our breath on that. But it will be real interesting to see if at any point they ever get back together. Like, oh my goodness, like no one can take her seriously.
Okay, so that. I have a question. After you saw the fight, right?
What the fight between Martell and Marceau?
Yes.
Yeah.
On social media, not and then you can see Mel over there, talking to, she had already said she's not shooting with him anymore. So now all of a sudden, because you have a common enemy.
I mean, it's a lot to be said about that, because, there's things being said, at some point she realized that she has no storyline without him, really. I mean, she's a part of everyone else's storyline, because if you were to think right now, what is Mel's storyline right now?
Zero.
She don't got
Nothing.
one. She doesn't have one.
Like,
So it is what it is. And it is funny because without Mel, Martel still has his own storyline. You know, he's got his wine going, you know, and he's getting himself together. So he has his storyline.
He does.
He doesn't necessarily need her, but now it's come to the point where it looks like she needs him.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mel is gonna end up wanting to do something else with Carlos and not this show. I
But
think
what could she possibly do at this point?
think about maybe Bill Collective Huntsville, Bill Collective Atlanta, or Love and Marriage. Well, I don't think a Love and Marriage will work because she's not married. Atlanta, but something else other than being on the show. I don't really think she's feeling it anymore. She don't look like she's.
Oh no, she's not.
Well, she
can at the reunion. She hates being in Huntsville, all this and that. So who knows?
And you know, you don't have to listen. All these Real Housewives, most of them are not married. I you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why they're there. They're not housewives. First of all, they're not married.
It's very apparent she's working on something else.
Right.
Because she ain't with this show.
No, she is not.
With Carlos,
with that movie she was supposed to be making. Is it coming out? Is it doing anything?
Word on the curb is.
Hey, Too Cold.
Yeah, word on the curb is what?
The word on the curb is that there's gonna be a spinoff in Love and Marriage Huntsville.
With Mel in it?
Not Mel, but the Scotts.
Yeah.
What?
That's the word on the curb.
Okay. Dina, aka Christina.
What's up?
Hey, I haven't met you. Hi, Dina.
Well, thank you. Hello.
Why do you look so good?
Because I'm marvelous, darling. This girl, her name is also Kamisha. And she works for Mark Paris Hair Salon here in Wichita, Kansas. Well, not here in Wichita, Kansas, because I'm in Kansas City now. But
okay,
yeah, Mark Paris.
You are now even the way you speak, you have changed. You're not ghetto anymore. Go ahead.
You know, my hair went to Harvard. No, I'm just playing. No, but anyways, yeah. So I just drove up here.
I feel bad for having my camera off.
I really don't you know how I feel about a avatar.
I'm sorry, but
Dina,
let's work on that, please.
Beautiful. I love it.
Thank you. And I'm gonna get some crochet faux locks for when I go to Mexico. And they're gonna be like the same color as yours. But let me let y'all check out this face though.
Give them face, darling. Give them face.
What you been?
Give it.
You know what? You know what? Let me remove this hair, okay?
Because see, look, see, red. Look, us redheads.
Come up here and look better than me. Hold up.
I'm loving it. I am loving it. Loving
Where's my face?
Girl, you looking like Raggedy Ann over there.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Yes, both sides.
She looks so good.
Well, you know, I just came to do a little something. I had to go to my Uncle Tony's 60th birthday party, so you know, I did a little something.
Ain't nothing wrong with blonde, Mama Love. Ain't nothing wrong with blonde. You good?
Awesome.
She said, "What's wrong with blonde?"
Oh, y'all got red hair. Y'all.
Yes. Hey, I don't care. I don't care if they say blondes have more fun. Redheads do it it better. I don't care what nobody say.
Hallelujah.
Honey, let
Don't
me
do
go
that
find
with
my
us.
red cosplay right quick.
But you know what? Right when I came and when I got to my room and I was setting everything up, real quick, I just want to go back because y'all was talking about the what's her name? Coleslaw. Coleslaw.
Ariana,
She was Martell treated her the same way he treated Melody and embarrassed her.
Mhm.
And this is what I firmly believe at any given time. How you got them is how you lose them, or a worst case scenario. Because you thought you had the prize and it really wasn't no prize to be got. Now, I will say that Martell is in a much better position than most men who are out here dogging women out. Whereas, he has the sense or livelihood to make money and actually take care of the kids that he's having. You don't hear Mel out there talking about he ain't paid his child support. He don't come pick up his kids. He don't do none of that. So, but what she thought what she was gonna get, you know how they do those things, what they ask for and what they got, and they show you this great big thing and you order it on wish.com and it's a small miniature version of what you ordered. That's what happened to
or a
her.
whole messed up version.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because what she thought she was going to get and what she got, she thought she was going to step in and basically take the woman's life, friends, money, status, or whatever. And I can't stand people like that. And there's males and females out here who do it all the time. And I'm like, you not finna step, what they say, you wasn't shooting with me in the gym. You know what I'm saying? You can't just step in at the last minute and then try to take credit for everything I built up. But some people were like, oh, this person is at a certain level. Let me attach myself to them so I can be on that level too without having to do the work. And that might work for some people. But for example, you get a job and you ride in somebody else's coattails and you don't really know what's going on. If you don't start learning how to do the job, if that person gets sick, gets promoted or quits and goes to another position, then now you have to do the work you don't know how to do. And that's the same thing in a relationship. And, are you going to be able to secure the bag like Mel secured the bag? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be able to step in and fulfill, is that 80-20 rule? You only fulfilling 20% of what Martell needed. Melody was doing the other 80%. But now that she's out the picture, you can't even bump yourself up to 50% because he dogged you out all on Beyonce's internet just like he did her. So it's just safe to say he need to be single.
Can't even take care of their child, much less be a mate for him.
Because I know y'all saw the video where her kid was at the pool darn near about to drown while she all on the live.
Can we speak on that? Because
I hadn't heard nobody's with our crew. I haven't heard none of us speak on it. I think I sent it to some people because
I saw it on Confessions platform. I didn't see anything. Like I was like,
I was scrolling through the YouTube. I was sitting somewhere bored and I was just scrolling through and it popped up and I was like, what is this? And then it was too long for me to watch her. I stopped doing, but anyways, I sent it to somebody. I know I sent it to somebody.
Sent it to me. I had
it was an older lady.
So
it was an older lady.
Breakdown on it from where she was showing that the baby was all the way to the other end of the deep pool, and she talking about her hair. I'm like, she's the only one with shoulder length hair in the world. Like, girl, your hair ain't down to your butt. Like, it may go a little bit past her shoulder, blowed out.
But let me tell you something. Anybody can do that, whether it's store-bought or not. You know what I'm saying? If you don't put heat and chemicals in your hair for 6 months to a year, you can and you take your curls and one day you blow dry them out. Don't put no heat or nothing on your hair. Just wash and deep conditioning. Get you some little mayonnaise conditioner 2 or 3 times a year. You can get your hair will grow, but we do a lot to our hair. So I don't. After Kenya Moore talking about she had all that real hair and then was constantly wearing wigs, and then how you leave your wig at the hotel? I don't believe nobody when they say they real hair. Because if that's the case, this my real hair too.
It was they showed a picture of Kenya on this season, and she was on a sprinter, and honey, she had laid back, and that wig slid back, and you were able to see them braids to the side. I said, "Oh my God, I know she's
And
embarrassed."
I don't have no problem with sew-ins, wigs, whatever, but don't try to be fake like it you something that you not. Because I don't get this cute this often. If I ain't got somewhere to be, I'm not full face glam.
That's where
Let me
my
tell you, yeah,
avatar.
y'all gonna get a little bit of foundation and some colored lip gloss.
That's all I'm about. But let's get back on track, y'all. Let's get back.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I done came in and messed up the whole thing. My bad.
I be getting off track
So,
too.
Ma, what did you want to say and speak on about Ariane and the whole pool thing?
It was very disturbing. It was very disturbing. Like I couldn't even finish whatever you posted on YouTube. I couldn't finish because you first of all, remember she talked about her mental issue, like she was about to kill herself at some point. So then I see this and I'm like, oh my goodness.
I mean, and you know, it's not the first time that she's known for, well, not basically known, but she has other times been on live and completely forgot about Knox. Like the time she was on live and she forgot him in the car when she came home from somewhere. She left him in the car in the garage and she was like, "Oh, my baby," and then she
Nice.
someone else who she thought was supposed to be getting him out the car, but she completely forgot about Knox in the car one day. So she sometimes gets on social media and she
What about the time
That's a problem.
that little girl of hers was walking in the background, sitting in the background with a bra on, and she didn't feel the need to tell that little girl to put a shirt on because she was on live. She stayed on live, and that little girl walking back and forth back, doing what she was doing with a bra on.
I didn't even notice you see that one.
And with all these crazy folks we got out here nowadays, you asking for somebody to come kidnap your child.
Yeah.
Like she didn't even react to the girl going back and forth with a bra on, knowing she on a whole live. Like she ain't say nothing to her, talking about she in her own house. Girl, what?
Yes. Taking you, boo. Even for me, it was very difficult. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, listen.
And then Knox, you know, they was
So,
saying were fighting kids at the pool, and she won't saying nothing.
You know, listen,
my kids like she don't get it before, like that's perfectly fine. I don't understand.
This is how I am with my kids. You know, today they were having a discussion. Like now, you know, I have a 12, 10, and 7 and 8. So they were talking, and they didn't know I was listening to them, and they say, you know, if you wanna go visit your friend, don't ever ask mom for permission. Ask dad.
Ooh.
Ask dad, because mom has all this protocol. She has to call the mother. She has to know.
Yeah,
damn right.
You ain't going nowhere if I ain't met no parents and being today.
Right.
Excuse me. And you're talking
and I got to go do a background check.
So I
have dinner. I have dinner.
Go inside the house too. I need to know who all live in that house.
I'm Inspector Gadget and CPS because I need to know, is your house child proof? Who all lives in there? Do you have any relatives that might be? Oh yes, we got to check for rotas. But do you have any relatives that might be on an offender list of some sort? I need to know these things before my child can come to your
neighborhood, because you know you can track who's an offender in your neighborhood.
Watchdog.com. Mm-hmm. Wait, for everybody out there who don't know, you go to watchdog.com and you type in your zip code or your address, and it'll show you the offenders in your area. And it also has it filtered. They have it's like a color code for most offensive to least offensive, and it kind of gives like a detail of their charges or whatever. That's how they get those lists so fast when kids come up missing and they say, I want a list of it, because they always think it's an offender first. So that's how they get the list so fast. Watchdog.com.
Watchdog.com?
Watchdog.com.
Yes, and it's free.
So I would tell everyone in the chat right now, you will be amazed of how close a predator lives to you. I'm telling you. Watchdog.
And you just have to watch out for them because they have rights now. You know, we can't just put them all in a 5 square mile radius and make them all live there. They can live wherever they want to live, but they do have to stay a certain amount of feet away from schools, churches, daycares, and things of that nature. So honestly, for them to find a place where they can live and be outside all those zones, just let them live peacefully unless they bothering somebody in the neighborhood.
That's why I live about 3 blocks from a school, and that's why I don't have on my road just because it's that close to a school.
Oh, so the closer you live to a school, the safer you are?
Yes.
You're not allowed to live that close to schools, churches, anything where kids will be. Yeah. Yeah. So that's something to think about. And that's why you see all the nice homes, you know, next to schools and churches and stuff, because those are in high demand. Yep. So.
And also, it's good to have friends like my friend Dina, because listen, she's gonna be bullying.
You know it all.
Dina.
You know it all.
She's
that girl.
Undisputed.
A receipt queen.
Hallelujah.
You know what it is. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I got them same cups, Tina. I got them same cups.
These cups?
Yes. They look just like that.
Great minds think alike.
I'm not at home, so I don't have my crystal shot glass like I normally would. But
I like your crystal glass all the time.
So, Dina, I want to pick your brain a little bit since you just came here. So, what do you think of? Because I know you probably didn't see it, but Marceau had his thing going on at a nice, very beautiful sized mansion right here. Okay, and he was, you know, having a little taste test for his wine, right? And so
Martell, right?
Had Brung are all married. He's the only single one. But what he failed to tell all the married men is that
it was gonna be some girls in this house. There's some girls in this house. It's some girls in this house.
It was some girls in this house. So do you think he was wrong for that?
Shady. He shady pants. Messy boots. Yes. What do they call them? Rip Petty, all that. Because let me tell you why. Okay. I have girlfriends, cousins, and family members that are married, right? So I know when we go out and we do certain things, I don't invite them to, because we might, you know, do a little Girls Gone Wild without the cameras, okay? I don't need nobody husbands coming after me, okay? So I got, like, if we finna go be wild and fun and free, I invite my single friends, right? If we finna go to the winery and wine taste and go on a hayride through the pumpkin orchard or whatever, I take my married friends and my married family. You know what I'm saying? What Marceau did was like dangling a porterhouse in front of a hungry lion. They was drooling and foaming at the mouth. I seen it on the previews. Now it could have been the editing, right? But I saw Marceau look like his eyes was like a kid in the store when somebody said, "Look, you got $200. Pick one object." You know what I'm saying? His eyes was like this big, and he's just looking. And then he was like, and with everything that's going on from the previous episode, like, he couldn't even have a business conversation with any of these women. Like, even if a woman said something about she owns a company that imports cigars from Cuba and they've got USDA clearance and all that stuff, he couldn't even have that conversation with her because of everything that's going on. People would think something is going on with them too, plus the environment in which they would be having the conversation. Now, if they were over in Buckhead in a boardroom, nobody would say nothing. But you in this $10 million house, and here's the thing. If you know anything about Atlanta people who are 90% not from Atlanta, because I'm not trying to offend any of my great friends that are aliens, but a lot of people are looking for the come up, right? So
Oh
you
yeah.
have this party, and I mean that's anywhere, but Atlanta, DC, Vegas, LA is really thick. So you have this party at a mansion. Since it's all women coming, I'm gonna speak to the women. They're thinking, what NBA player, NFL,
Mhm.
major league actor, businessman, who can I meet tomorrow? I mean, or
Mhm.
who am I gonna meet tonight so I ain't hungry tomorrow? Type of
Mhm.
mentality when they go to these upscale elite parties. So they can put the look on, but and so you take hungry and I'm not saying this is what happened in this scenario, but this is typical of Atlanta type parties like said party.
Pick on
You
it.
take hungry, thirsty, thirst trapping, whatever you want to call it, women, and you put them in front of a room filled with handsome men that are married, which probably 98.6% of the women in the room don't have issues with being a linebacker. Okay. So then you expect these men's eyes not to wonder. Now, I don't really care if I was married if my husband looks at another woman, because I myself enjoy seeing beautiful black women, and I stop women all the time. Oh my God, your hair is gorgeous. Girl, you was wearing that dress. I mean, and I've even dated guys. I'm like, do you see how pretty she is? Or dang, her butt is big. You know what I'm saying? Or, whatever. They get married. They didn't go blind. But you out of town, ain't no wives around.
None.
It's a liquor,
And the cameras
and
leave.
And it's
and
the out and it's spacious.
eventually the cameras go home. We learned that from
That's
Real
Mhm.
what we was just
Housewives of
saying.
We
You
went
better
Atlanta
through
stay the
that.
whole
when
time.
when Bolo did his thing. We know
Mhm.
the cameras go off at some point. They ain't finna film 24 hours straight. So sneaky links, exchanges of numbers.
That's what I
Not to
said.
mention,
Airdropping numbers.
you in a $10 million mansion. How many men was there? What, 5, 6? How many total men was there?
Yep, it was just on 4.
Oh, just them 4. So if you in a $10 million mansion, it's 4 bedrooms, probably 8.
Okay.
So, Dina, how do you feel about your man going to a strip club?
I'm gonna go with him.
Boom, girl.
Oh, Nisi, you never
Because
say that. Nisi said that she doesn't have a problem with her husband. Go, Nisi,
And
don't
I
do that.
don't have any problem going without me, but it's gonna be more fun with me.
Oh no, you're
But
not
if
going.
he wants to go with the boys and not
You're
go with
not
me,
going.
oh,
You're
not
not.
going. No, I'm. That's okay. That's okay. Because what he got at home, they ain't got there. They can shake it all they want to, but
Listen,
honey, this is where it's at.
you are not going.
honey, I got a whole strip club in my room over there.
We
Dina,
know
Dina,
you do.
Dina.
You got a
You,
whole strip club and you the stripper, ain't easy. We know that.
But
I know.
all I'm
See,
saying is I
I
don't
was
have a
afraid to
problem with
ask
it.
Nisi any question. Like Nisi is freaking me out already. I'm like, I'm not asking Nisi anything.
So, Mom, let me ask you the same question. What would you do if your husband wanted to go to the strip club without you?
Oh Lord.
I'll divorce him. I will divorce him if he comes up with that question to me that you're gonna go. You be
I,
gone.
I can see
Okay,
mom.
well, what?
Good for
But
you.
y'all can't. That y'all. That's against y'all's religion.
It's not even about the religion because listen. What? So your line of thinking already, I'm questioning it. Okay. Oh, so now you have to listen, you guys. My husband has been in these places. He's not innocent. He's not. I have never been. I am, I was raised in church, grew up in church. There are things that I see, even when I watch, I feel like they're gonna, mess up with my mind. And so I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do those things, right? Now, my husband, on the other hand, was not raised in church. He was a city boy, explored everything that he did. And then he came to this country when he was so young, way younger than me. Okay, so went to college here, did everything here. So, he has done that kind of American,
Right.
For
right.
me, when I got to this country, I was already, I knew who I was. I knew things that I'm not going to compromise on, right? So then when I met him in New York City, and then him and his friends were talking about this, I was like, hey, God forbid, God forbid, oh, God forbid, God forbid. I know you did not understand. I know you did not understand what I said. I said, God forbid. God forbid I catch you.
Exactly.
My ancestors will be turning in their graves. That Maud. No, we are not doing that. So to answer your question, he's not going to any strips club. I'm also not going to be doing other things like Marcel or Louis was trying to insinuate that you're going to be open to things in the bedroom. We are not doing those open things to the bedroom. No.
What the hell?
No,
Mom's like, look, it's been working all these years. If
Hallelujah.
It ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna sip my tea. I'm gonna sip my tea. Everybody take a sip. If you in the chat and you can hear us, take a sip.
Take that sip.
I'm glad that aggressive wasn't a drink.
So y'all tell me what happened so I can speak on it.
So I will be drunk.
Because I can only. So did they come back from the trip by the end of this episode, or are they still there?
Because I'm there.
Well, they are still in Atlanta.
Do the wives pop up?
No, but they did, like I said, they went to the strip club, and this is what I love to hear what you got to see. This is what Marcel said.
I was waiting on it. Let me know when you're ready. I was waiting on it. See, the light is flickering. The Holy Ghost that told me to be quiet, but I'm gonna speak on no, let me reverse that. The devil told me to be quiet, but I'm gonna speak on it.
So he said, am I going to have that tonight? She played right back with him, said, I don't think you can handle it. And we got Maurice saying the devil is on your shoulder. And then he says, that's going to be baby mama number 6. What you feel about that?
Baby mama number
Lord.
6.
First of all, I don't know what these men be doing to these women to convince them to be anything past baby mama number 3. Because the first 2 could have been some high school mess ups or a previous marriage or whatever. But when you start, the 3rd is questionable. But when you start being the 4th,
because this girl would be baby mama number 3, but it would make his 6th child.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was probably drunk and mixing up his words.
He was feeling that wine and all them shots from the strip club by then. It didn't make sense.
You know what?
They all know what he meant.
Martell act like he's still 18 years old.
Here's the thing, though. So who? Because this was Martell saying this about the stripper, right? Or it was Marcel saying it.
Somebody he just knew. He's talking about dropping his feed off.
Who said that they was gonna make this girl the baby mama?
Martell.
Okay. Martell. Okay. Let me tell you something. Martell, it has a ego with this godlike complex, right? Mm-hmm. He wants a whole bunch of little Martells running around the world. And as long as he can pay for them, more power to you. We did a special before where it takes almost $1 million to raise a child, barring any special needs, medical needs, or anything of that nature, and don't let them be gifted. That's
what he need to be doing.
He need to get knocks and he need to get clipped. is what he needs to do. Then you can practice
Boom.
all day long, and you don't. And if somebody, once you, I mean, there's those 1% chances, but you get clipped and practice all day long, shoot up the club, and then if you get somebody pregnant, if somebody say they pregnant, then you can look at them like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need a DNA baby because 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever years ago, I got the clip. So, but my whole thing is like he's riding the fame both ways. So it's a lot of people find it hard to be mad at him because yes, he was out here in these streets doing people dirty, right? But at the same time, he's making money off of it. So he's doing the book with the kids. He's got the wine. He's got the calendar. He's making appearances. He's doing club hostings. This, that, and the third.
Paid for
go
see her mama on Mother's Day.
Did do what now? I mean,
you was going in and out.
He paid a lady paid him to surprise her mother on Mother's Day.
Well, you know what? Get your money, young player. Get your money. So that's what I'm saying. But at the same time, he's not using it in the best light either because now you're Martell Holt. And if I didn't know the ins and outs of this story, right, and I was in a club in Atlanta, Martell fits the profile. You know what I'm saying? Well, my profile. So if I didn't, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't know this show, he would be an attractive man to me in a club or whatever. So
all of them.
Yes, they're all very handsome. I'm just saying that if you don't have all the facts, the game sounds good. Then you realize who he is, and then you got to realize how you're going to deal with that person accordingly. But a lot of women, like I said previously, think that because they can do the lens spin or shooting firecrackers or dripping platinum or whatever, that they can make that they can make a man change. And no man is going to change unless he wants to change for himself. Now, if he sees a woman that he finds worthy of making him change, it ain't nothing you did. You just an elevated woman he wanted to attain, and he knew he had to change XYZ to attain you. But at the end of the day, it's nothing you did but exist. It is nothing that you did but exist.
Dina, go ahead.
You didn't snap your fingers. You didn't tell him he need to do XYZ. You might not even know that he wanted you 2 years ago. He saw you and he said, I want her. Got on the plan. I got to go get my master's to deal with somebody like her. I got to go get my builder's license to deal with somebody like her. And then when you meet him 2 years later, you're like, oh, yeah, he got it all together. But he got it all together because 2 years ago he saw you and he wasn't ready to approach you.
You know what? My drink is very diluted for this message. Let me go and make it a little bit heavy. Because
you know what? Martell reminds me.
Y'all go ahead and pass around the collection plate for the building.
Martell reminds me of this Law and Order episode where this man was just out here making kids. He had
hundreds of them.
I don't know how many kids he had, but they had about 25 of them in the police station. And he was like, I love all my children. I take care of all.
That was the doctor who was artificially inseminating women with his own
yes, girl. And that's still,
specimen. That's what I want to say. Specimen.
That's still going on right now. They still finding brothers and sisters. Then I think they're up to like 100 and something now.
Right, because Law and Order, they take things out of the headlines and then switch it up, make it dramatic and whatnot, and wrap it all up in about an hour.
You know how they do.
But Martell, I think Martell has a complex, and I'm gonna say allegedly before this statement because I ain't trying to get.
We are not. Listen,
like Martell.
We have already been monetized. Do not come here coming for our checks, okay?
Okay, and you know what? When we done with this, my little Martell rant, y'all, somebody need to clip it and send it to me because I'm going to put that on my YouTube page because somebody said we need to say it again for those in the back. I'm trying to tell y'all ladies, all y'all have to do is exist. We don't have to do all this chasing because it says he who findeth a wife findeth a great thing. So all you have to do is exist and be awesome in your own right, and he will step up to where he needs to be to attain you. That's all I'm saying.
To that I respond by saying a leaking roof is better than a nagging wife.
And this, that's what I told my husband. I'm like, you got to.
I almost spit my drink out.
I am done. No, you did not. You know
what happened? I missed it. What happened?
I saw that Tito whenever I was at the commissary. I started to get some, see how it tastes.
It's good. But make sure the first time you drink it at home.
every time, my liquor store over here, they know me.
But can you taste it?
Yeah.
Listen, they know me. They don't even ask me.
It's not a heavy alcohol taste, but it's really good. And if you mix it with some type of chaser like a pineapple orange juice or cran watermelon, cran pineapple, you can't really taste the liquor in it, and it's smooth. So you just be sipping and sipping and sipping, and then
I prefer gold strawberry lemonade and the sweets.
And then next thing you know, you tipsy.
Every time I go to
Don Julio,
every time I go to my liquor store and I see that, I always see Confessions. Like Confessions over here. Tito's Confessions.
You know it. That's my baby.
So what do y'all
but don't get it twisted. I still like to cheat on it with my Casamigos and pineapple juice. But I can afford her. I can afford my baby. I can afford her.
Girl, I went to go find some Casamigos, and the only bottle they had was a super big bottle that was $109. And I was like, I don't love my kids that much to buy it. Like my bottle of Patron over here is $40. And the same size bottle, or the next size bottle up for Casamigos was $109. And then there's only like 4 liquor stores that even carry it. It's that supply and demand stuff.
I'm curious to know, Gina. I don't know whether you saw tonight's episode, but Keisha was saying that she's gonna stop listening to rumors and distrust her husband. And you could see the hurt and pain in her face when she was saying that. So how do you feel?
She should have been did. She should have been did that. First of all,
that hurt.
I said last week that what happens on these reality shows is that you allow too many people in your relationship.
Yeah.
First of all, before they even got on the TV show, just based on conversations, because I watched the episode last time so I could get on, but I mean, I've been catching up because I watch all the lives, and I've seen previews and gossip magazines and all that all the years. But so even before they got on the show, her family was way too involved in her marriage. Okay, so now you got those, what I call outsiders. I know they're family, but they're outsiders. They don't get in the bed with you and Marcel. So they are outsiders, okay? Then you bring in camera crews, producers, and the fans. So your bedroom is now crowded, essentially. So I said last week what I would do. Now, I know Mark brought up that, the contract says they have to be relatable or approachable or whatever the hell it is on social media. They have to keep those lines of communications open. I get all that. I'm not saying turn your comments off, but you don't have to read every comment. Assign one of your cousins to only come to you if it's something major. But even then, How we know, for example, long before they got married, say he was, out and about because he's single, he's doing his thing or whatever, right? And some chick got some old picture from 1992 and she want to send it to you and be like, "Oh, we was in Atlanta this weekend." You know what I'm saying? Like when you get on TV, yes, things are like that are going to happen that are untrue. But when you're discussing them with your family before you discuss them with your husband, that's where there's a problem. He, on the other hand, probably has had some type of shady dealings in the past where she feels insecure about it. But that's her need to feel something, which she needs to take a F it all pill and focus on fixing herself. And whatever is done in the dark will eventually come to the light. We've seen it on Put a Ring on It. We've seen it on Ready to Love. We've seen it on a number of shows. What is done in the dark will come to the light. The receipts will come. They just might take a minute. So focus on you, your kids, and your marriage, and live every day, and go forward and be great. But if something major comes to you, what you've done is you've cried wolf too many times over little bitty ticky tacky stuff. And then now when something major happens, your husband is fed up. Like, you keep bringing this mess. You keep bringing this mess. You keep bringing this mess. I personally think he was trying to chin check her. You know what I'm saying? Because he tired of all the drama. But then that just opens up a gateway for him to potentially go do whatever the hell he wants to do. So she needs to get she need to get the outsiders out. That's what she first and foremost. You need to call.
As naive as everybody thinking she is.
I'm not saying that.
No, she's not.
No. I think they need to get a family meeting together. If this was me and I had let stuff go too far, we gon' like when they was all at the food truck thing, we would have before we concluded, I would have been like, everybody sit down, enjoy your food. I got an announcement to make. From this day forward, there will be no more discussions of me and my husband's relationship. There will be no more discussions of my husband's infidelity. There will be no more discussions of our finances. There will be no more discussions of XYZ. If you want to know anything about me and Marceau, you ask me or Marceau. And in turn, you will get, we good. The lights is on. The kids is good. It's groceries in the refrigerator. We about to go on vacation. That's all you getting. Have we had an argument? None of your business. Has he been faithful? None of your business. And you chin check all your family members like, this is me and Marceau's relationship. We are going to focus on us and focus on our kids. Y'all need to go out and get husbands and wives, boo things, sneaky links, side pieces, whatever. Y'all need to go find something else to do besides being me in Marceau's bedroom. Get on out. You've been evicted. All right, y'all have a nice night.
Confessions.
So all his business in 5 minutes. If he was looking for a spinoff, he just told his whole story.
Listen, confessions. I'm gonna be putting whatever Dina said. I'll be putting it on my IG because listen, the truth.
She preaching now.
I'm the resident preacher, investigator, and receipt queen.
Oh, well, I need to be friends with you then, because this is the same thing I do.
Listen, I'm covered. I don't have to pay any insurance. I'm covered.
Oh yeah, and all my mentee friends, they got free access.
We are covered.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all for real though. I saw a building the other day, y'all. I was thinking about getting it or renting it, not buying the building, but renting the space and open up my private investigation firm.
You just might have to.
For real, because I'm gonna tell you what scared me from wanting to be a PI, y'all. Because I watch ID channel. How them private investigators be getting
I am not. Listen, Nisi.
Yeah.
I just like finding people.
Nisi
I
has been
like
watching.
finding people.
Nisi has been
You
creeping
don't know
me.
how.
Listen, Nisi, please don't give me another heart attack. Don't.
But I guarantee you one thing: I'm not sitting outside the bushes at nobody's house at 3 a.m. looking for them because I like my sleep too much. I'm gonna send somebody else to go do that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You seem to have it all under wraps, Zeta. You definitely
I'm
know
just
how to
saying.
do the damn thing.
Pass the
You know.
offering, please. Pass the
Okay, so the next
I'm gonna
question
find
I
that.
have
I'm gonna
for
find
Dina.
the address, and I'll send somebody else there to stake it out. I'm the computer person.
Okay, I'm not trying to take up. I'm not trying to take over confessions, but one more question for Dina.
Go
I
for
can't
it.
with Nisi.
How do you feel about Tiffany saying she want a baby?
Okay, now Tiffany's the one that is looking for her
Yes.
father,
Her father.
and right, and they already have a child, right?
No.
Each one of them
Not
have
together.
a child. Both of them have boys.
They have a child from a previous relationship or a child together.
No, they have
No child
both
together.
have one
Everybody
son
comes with a child.
previous.
Okay, wait, I couldn't hear.
One son. Each of them brought a son in the relationship.
Okay, all right. So, I'm gonna give you an answer, and then I'm play devil's advocate. Tiffany does not need a baby at this very moment because she's dealing with a lot, okay, with this research and everything on her father. And secondly, she does not need a baby because her husband has expressed to her that she does not have enough time for him as is, okay? So when your husband verbally says, and we all know what happens from Married to Medicine when what was it? Who's Dr. Jackie's husband? Is it Curtis?
Curtis.
Huh?
Yeah, Curtis.
Curtis told Dr. Jackie she didn't have enough time for him, and she kept on working and working and working. Not saying I condone it. I don't condone it, but he went off and had some extramarital affairs because he didn't have time,
And he
right?
was bold with it too.
Bold with it. So here's the thing. So now you got this man telling you shouldn't be focused on a baby because you don't have enough time for me as it is. Then on top of that, you haven't found your father, but you're tiptoeing lightly around it. And there's going to be a lot going on with that. And when you're pregnant, everybody knows in the first trimester, you don't want to be under a lot of stress. Your body is going through lots of changes, and it could be a bad thing. And I hope that she's like, not where the kids are getting older and she needs that connect, warmth, and love, because clearly your husband is trying to give that to you, but you're too busy for him. So what makes you think whatever you're missing is going to be fulfilled with a baby? Like, if you can't, like, that'd be like me. I got this house. It's a nice house. I let the house go to shit, right? But I keep praying every day to God for a new house. And you know what God is saying to me? Well, I gave you a brand new house and you didn't take care of it. Why are you asking me for another one? You know what I'm saying? They have children. I'm sure that maybe they blended the family. You have what seems to be a good, loving husband. So why can't you focus on what you have right now and be great and let it multiply on its own instead of forcing the issue? Because you can't pray for something if you're not taking care of what you already have.
Boom.
Boom, there it is. Well,
Yeah, everybody take a sip. Because I'm on a roll tonight. Woo!
You definitely are. You came in guns blazing.
Plate should be on. Y'all cash out should be up on the screen, honey, because we give us some words now.
Now, and I'm just saying, I know that we're talking about the people on the show, but I realize that these shows are so great and everybody is tuned in because everybody can identify with the different people's relationships, whether it be current or a time in the past, or they're storing knowledge, especially if they're just getting into the dating world. That's what makes all these shows so great, right? Because you could be like, well, I haven't experienced that, but if I do, I know how. Well, I'm in the middle of this right now. And you might see between all the different shows we talk about, you can see 3 or 4 different ways to handle those one situation, figure out which ones work best for you. And then if it's in the past, maybe somebody who's healed and you maybe quite haven't yet, then you can start to take those steps, too. And let me put this disclaimer out there. I am not a licensed therapist, doctor, or anything. I got street game, common sense, and I've been on this earth 47 years. Now, if what we say on here doesn't help you, I always say you can, I'm a firm believer in seeking professional therapy. I have done the work myself with a professional, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me. So I am an advocate of that. So I just want to put that out there. Like, I'm not licensed or nothing.
I'm also an advocate of seeking your ancestors.
There you go.
Honey, my ancestors are always with me. Let me
but yes, and you have to. I'm glad you said ancestors.
Let me tell you when my ancestors are with me the most.
Cannot say anything else.
Whenever I'm cooking.
Every time Nisi, so the last time we did a live with Nisi, she was putting a belt. Like, I do not know. Jesus.
But what I was saying is my ancestors are with me when I'm cooking. Because when I'm pouring, my ingredients, I can hear my grandma say, girl, that's enough. You don't need no more. And my food always turns out the bowl.
Exactly. And I just tell people all the time, like, I just speak from experience. I know there are a lot of issues that we haven't tackled yet. So I just want to say, can I do a shameless plug real quick?
Go ahead, girl.
Okay, so we do self-care Sundays. So if anybody wants to DM me at Dina, aka Christina, and we, do topics about depression, relationship, toxic things going on with relationships, work, family members, all that. If you have topics that we haven't talked about or you want to talk about it again, then you just DM one of us, or if you already following Confessions, tell her you want to get in contact with me, because what I like to do is I like to actually bring people up. You don't have to show your face or use your real name unless you want to. And we just kind of like talk through whatever process that you're in. If you're in the beginning, the healing, or whatever. And then we also do word on the street, which is like whatever the celebrities and hot news stuff is doing. And so we do that too. So but every time I do something like that on self-care Sundays, it's a situation that I can relate to personally. So tomorrow,
are you doing anything about
included platform? You need to join over there, now included. As part of Tiffany's company. Please join over there, because we have some people that is going through a lot, and they need.
Can you put that information in the private chat? Because I'm on my phone, and then I can just click right to it.
Yeah, but Tiffany's platform, I think you could be a great help.
I just want to help people. I didn't been through a lot.
He does.
And so tomorrow's topic, we're going to talk about the lady that has left us, that worked at Amazon.
Who is that?
You haven't heard of Ebony Crockett?
Confessions, don't do that to me.
You already know.
Okay, well, join us tomorrow, Mon. I'm gonna send you the article so that you can read up on it. But tomorrow we're gonna discuss Ebony Crockett, who was an Amazon worker who was stalked and who got a restraining order, and subsequently her stalker took her from us.
See, I love Dina. Dina, I need another drink.
Look, my drink on slow right now.
Well, let's all take a drink to that.
So, I mean, we have times where we do have fun, but we do serious topics too. So if anybody has something, because I always believe like if you talk about it and you get it out, you can start to brainstorm ideas how to get out of the situation. It can make you feel better if you've been bottled up. It's something you can't talk to family and friends and get an unbiased opinion. And so even though we go off track here, a lot of the same things we talk about here apply to the shows.
And to that I say this: we talk about serious issues. We also talk about Afro cinema. Listen, I remain. Remain undisputed African queen. Don't get it twisted. Okay.
No, anything Afro cinema. Give my info to you because I'm gonna say.
Oh my gosh, Missy, I'm not done. Jesus.
I'm sorry. I'm all trying to find Dina's information, honey. I'm sorry.
It's Dina and then AKA no spaces. So Dina AKA Christina on Instagram.
I'm sorry. She just do the same thing that I do. That's why I'm intrigued. Okay.
No, my husband is.
Y'all is too daggone much. I swear. Y'all is killing me.
No, you know what? I have a great time. You know what? How about we let the great people of the world go on, and then we can talk backstage.
Right.
That sounds good because I think we have this came. I did want to discuss one more thing that we didn't get to.
So.
And that was
I cannot.
That was Marcel. And how he is feeling about Miss Wanda really being all up in his business. Because he got to the point where his rage was the only thing that gets to him is Miss Wanda.
And a minute.
But here, I'm gonna tell you. Okay,
Can I tell y'all something?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That is for TV.
Huh?
Well,
it's for
that's
TV.
for TV.
And it could be, but if it's not, here's what I understand. Miss Wanda always bringing stuff to her daughter, questioning the fidelity of her husband. Yet you want my money. Go sit down somewhere.
That's how I feel.
Wanda got
and if it's for TV, then it's for TV. I 100%. I get it because we only see what they show us, right? So from what I've seen is you always Marceau this, Marceau that. But when you need Marceau to write a check, you got a whole nother story.
That's how I feel. I feel it showed that it's just for TV when this whole thing back when they had that whole ordeal between him and Marcel and Marceau. And Marcel went live and he was like, "Oh, it's a wrap for Miss Wanda, she's off the show." But Marcel was quick to come to Miss Wanda's defense and was like, regardless of whatever, Miss Wanda ain't going nowhere.
They love each other.
So even if that would have been his chance to get rid of her if that's how he truly felt.
Well, you could be mad, but here's the thing: Miss Wanda getting paid. Miss Wanda getting a check, and the more checks Miss Wanda get, the less money she got to ask him for.
And that's another reason how he should look at it. He get her own money, and she can pay him back for the truck if that they did in fact end up getting it for her. So
I don't know. I know those potatoes with last week was ginormous.
Her truck is in the works. It's gonna be done in about 2 weeks.
Okay, Miss Wanda, go ahead. Can't wait to see the final deal of it.
Look, I'm finna make a trip on down to Huntsville, and because I want to see this potato, because I want to see this oversized potato. I need some shrimp and some brisket or something on it.
Mm-hmm.
Girl,
I'm gonna be going to Huntsville August 20th.
When you go, you have to go to the black.
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
What if we have all these places
Marcella,
on here and they not even open when you go? They just be open when they filming. I would be so mad.
No, I don't think
that's
so.
just Madani that was being closed every day, but now she's opening back up every day.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well, fair
But black that be popping, but let me tell y'all, it ain't nothing but like you walking into a convenience store. You know what I'm saying? It's about that
Hmm.
much room in there. It's a small place. They haven't gotten the other side of it open yet. So,
Oh,
we going down there. It's gonna be me, Marcella, and Miss Wanda. We are all Leos. And we're gonna have a birthday party at Black. So we're gonna see how that works.
well, I can't wait for that. Well, we gonna end it on this note. It has been over 2 hours up in this nasty thing. I thank everybody for coming out. Kiss my cheeks, too cold. Checking you, boo.
Kiss my cheek has
Camilla.
Kiss my cheek has a live tomorrow at, let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Kiss my cheek has something. Kiss my cheek is one of our Kamisha reviews, Menti. Confessions.
Yes, she is. So make sure y'all follow her. Kiss My Cheeks. This is
Kiss
one of
My
hers
Cheeks.
right here. So she is at Kiss My Cheeks TV.
She
Let me
has
follow her.
a live tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. Kids, I don't know what time. 6?
She usually does it in the evening around 6 or 7. I've noticed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
the Scots.
Okay, I'm gonna try to
The
find
Scots
you.
are the Scots. They're gonna make it.
It's all worth it. But yes, thank y'all for everybody who comes out. All of my graphics that you have seen tonight are done by Kamisha Reviews. And if you too want to be a commentator and you think you got what it takes, please get in touch with Kamisha Reviews. She will be happy to mentor you too and become a part of the Kamisha Reviews mentorship. And thank y'all for bearing with us. And y'all know how it is. We all will be back. You know, I will be back tomorrow night with
And y'all
Double
know
Marriage DC and Nightcap with Carlos King. And then I will be back. Come on, I'm trying to do my thing this week. What you doing? And I will be back tomorrow night with Love and Marriage DC and Nightcap with Carlos King. Now, what do you want to say, niece?
No, I was trying to follow Kiss My Cheeks TV and one of her
Okay, I'll give you
videos.
her.
Oh, I see.
Okay, and y'all know what it is. We out this nasty thing.